Five.
And welcome everyone to the No Shots Fired podcast, live on location in Chicago, at least for me.
Or somewhere else, who knows?
Oh, yeah. We're at a place.
The Chicagoland area, that's pretty...
That's big enough.
Yeah,
probably.
I think so.
Probably fine. I am Valen. Here with us is Doc. Right to my left or right, depending on... I kind of get confused about that. And then also we've got Junkblade and Tommy Tom, or Tommy Tom, which is...
It varies.
Yeah, whoa. What is with the label there?
Hey, you
not Tommy.
You have to respect your podcast leader's decisions. So.
Yeah, that's true. You do get... Oh, yeah, exciting announcement. Doc promoted a podcast leader just 3 minutes ago. Anyway, this week, episode 22 is... Let's see if you can guess what that is before I have to say it out loud. Maybe we'll save that for the end of the podcast when the actual title is. Whoa, we just got a follower! Guys, welcome Yoga Tom.
No longer firing shots. Thank you, Yoga Tom.
No Shots Fired team. Wow, that's a big pickup there. He is the preeminent live yoga streamer on the internet, if you don't count any other women or men who also probably do that successfully. So,
I wonder if that's I haven't looked into that market. I wonder it's maybe underserved. So,
I was actually just reading something where this woman has something like $70 million, not just like a whole bunch of followers, but her yoga following has accrued $70 million. Jeez.
Why?
So,
why do things happen?
Why aren't you
Topic
doing
today, why do things happen? Nobody knows.
Is there a point to anything we do? Probably not. Why don't you should probably be Yoga Tom?
I mean, what Jedi style of yoga is she doing to worth that much money?
What is she doing that?
So there's a thing going on now where like Evan goes to my gym. Like they have a room where it just has a TV and you can play videos of workout stuff. And so
a lot of people play her videos apparently.
I guess she probably sells them out to gyms, and all it takes is to sell it to a couple of the big ones. So
for $70 million.
I mean, everybody wants to get fit, so
let's have Yoga Tom make his. Probably.
I need to work on. I kind of need like a studio, and since I'm probably going to be moving shortly.
Excuses.
A lot of suit setup. Once I acquire my next professional position, I'll start doing it.
Which brings us to our second topic, Octopath Traveler, which is a video game that Doc is very excited about that is coming out in little less
Friday
than a week.
Friday it releases, and they've released a demo. This is for the Nintendo Switch, and it's basically kind of a 16-bit looking RPG, but just the graphical style is just fantastic because it's got depth of field and the lighting. And
Didn't we talk about this last time we streamed?
I don't think so.
I think we did.
We've talked about this amongst ourselves, but not on a
podcast.
And even if we did, does that matter?
Yeah, keep in mind.
I would think that all of our viewers...
We've talked about Hollow Knight and Starcraft as well, but we're still doing it because that's what we've been playing.
What we play doesn't change, then what we talk about remains the same.
Well, we come up with other stuff to say.
Yes, okay.
Anyway,
anyway, last time we talked about it, it was so boring that I have completely forgot what this game is. So can somebody refresh my memory? I guess we're probably going to with the discussion before I...
It feels like I was... Says Captain Sunday. Dropped in with his...
That's Tommy Tom. That's his... that's his part of the crew.
Okay.
You know, bringing the critical thinking to the group. And
I was
I
going to
guess
say
you could think
constant
that.
negativity, but
Yeah, that
sure.
would be awesome. Yeah. Some people like to think that's critical thinking. But it's very much in the Super Nintendo Final Fantasy style. Like, it looks like it's turn-based combat.
That's brutal.
You play there's 8 different characters to choose from, and I think they all have different storylines that interweave and stuff like that. And each character also has like a special ability outside of combat that allows you to do different things in the world. And just the look of it's fantastic. You know, it just really makes me basically want all of the Super Nintendo Final Fantasy to be remade in this graphic style, because that would just be
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah. So I highly recommend it to all you Switch owners out there.
Well, no.
Well, what about us who do not own a Switch?
You just get a Switch.
I think we are is screwed.
Here, let's say Octopath Traveler. Yeah,
Well,
you're gonna need a Nintendo Switch. So
There's no emulators out there where it can just.
Well, it's the Nintendo Switch, so
no,
yeah, that's their newest.
it's a fantastic platform, but
No, you're telling me nobody's emulated anything on it yet?
it hasn't come out yet.
Oh,
No,
okay.
the Switch
When
has been out
it's
for like
the
8 years.
release
No one's-
date?
People can barely emulate like the Dreamcast.
Right.
What are we talking about here?
What? No, there's like Xbox One emulators
Yeah,
out there.
and the Switch.
Are they any good?
I mean,
Doubt it.
I only emulated like PlayStation.
Now,
stuff.
wait a minute. Xbox One. Are you just talking about a PC? Because Xbox puts all their games on PC now. Is this a joke?
I mean, even before that.
About
Before
Xbox's
that.
business practices?
There are emulators, but nothing for okay. Let's try this. Let's try to Google Xbox One. Well, that doesn't even make sense because
Right, because you can just play it on PC.
yeah.
What about
Right,
PlayStation 3?
Yeah.
Is everything just on computers now?
There's still like Octopath. There are still platform specific titles.
I mean, so find another game for the Switch and see if there's an emulator in a ROM.
Or we just support the platform and not encourage emulation of a current gen console.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to get us in a lot of trouble.
If we brought up the discussion, are consoles dead? Is PC?
Well, they're not.
Well, the answer is no.
You could say
Because people still want to see stuff on their TVs. And that's not probably going to change.
Probably not.
On that note,
Are you guys glad about all the topics I brought up?
Anyway, I'm excited to talk about the same game next week, Thomas. When I put a little more time into the actual release.
I do want to get your take on it after you've played it some. I
would
talk. What did they release in this? Like, what would you call it? Teaser?
The demo, this latest demo, actually, your progress carries over into the actual game. So I think it's just the beginning of the actual game.
Oh, that's cool.
So I think people have put 4 or 5 hours into it, and I guess that carries. So that's why I've been messing with it a little bit more.
How much time have you put into it?
About 45 minutes.
Okay.
Which, I'll tell you something, there's a lot of text at the beginning of these character things. Because it took me about 15 minutes to get through the text of this
Wow, that's a lot.
bow hunter lady last night.
That's a lot of talking. Or
Using some very interesting takes on what Old English may have been.
Ooh.
Or may not have been, more specifically.
What did you get to name?
So you're not satisfied with their Old English?
I didn't say I wasn't satisfied. I just said there's no chance that it's actually realistic.
So, bow hunter lady. This is my important question. Do you get to name the characters?
Yes, in fact, I'm lying.
Well,
I was going to go, yes, I chose to name her Halti, or whatever, H apostrophe something. She's got a weird name.
But you didn't get even the option to name.
No.
Ah!
No, because the 8 characters are very specific.
But you could just name them. I could.
But they have voice acting, Fallon. So
Oh, I don't like voice
you gotta
acting.
have the voice in there saying the name.
What's wrong with voice acting?
Because if you have voice acting, you can't name characters.
That would be the
You
crux.
can't you? Oh, because they say
if you
their
wanna go,
names?
like
Well,
a natural opinion, go, Thomas. Just have the...
Well, wait, is there text going on in this? Okay. So you can still go in there and
Well, you could do, I guess...
except for it's for a platform. You know, if you had that ROM and emulator I talked about, you could get deep.
We're not pirates, Thomas. We're honest consumers.
We
who
could
want
also
us-
just pretend they're saying a name,
No, I
right?
can't.
That works.
I
Our
can't do that.
imagination.
That's not fun.
What Pillar of Eternity 2 does, so that they can have voice acting, is anytime they would be saying my name, which appears as text in the game, instead they'll say, the voice actor says, like, commander or captain, because you're a ship captain. So they're like, that's how
They called
get around
you-
it.
In Fable 2, they called you Sparrow because they had voice acting, but couldn't accommodate every single name. And I think they just called you Hero in the first Fable, and we don't talk about Fable 3.
I think in Mass Effect they just call you the last name, and I think you get to choose your first name. So it's just
Yeah, they call you Shepard in
Shepard.
Mass Effect, which I think is the best implementation of it that
That's
I've
a good way
seen.
of doing it.
My last name is, I can't say it right now, but it's not Shepard, so...
It is for the purposes of this podcast. Okay. Well, that was
So
a
are we
very
gonna
good
get-
discussion of Octopath Traveler.
important points. We got what everybody cares about.
Now on to a totally new game that we've never talked about before to satisfy certain people.
Junkie is going to talk about his experience this past week with Hollow Knight.
Yes.
Past week, nothing. I'm playing it right now.
Oh, great.
Okay, well, let's
Whoa.
focus up.
In-game review. That is fancy. What other podcasts give you that?
Wow, yeah, a real-time, minute-by-minute review. Not trying to distill it to, like, an article or something
No,
like that.
just that stream of consciousness thought.
Just
Just visceral.
the 40 hours you're going to put into it from start to finish, every moment.
Raw, unfiltered gameplay.
All right, so I imagine Valen has gone over this game before since he said
Nope.
he's played it and really likes
we've
it.
never talked about it before.
Nope.
Never mentioned it.
Okay. Well, there are many aspects of Hollow Knight that I like. As I was saying before the stream began, it feels more like what I wanted out of Dark Souls. And I think that is down to, as you pointed out, Doc, the 2D versus 3D aspect of the game. And there are ways in which Hollow Knight is just a little bit more forgiving. Like, for example, the acid pits or spikes. They deal damage to you, sure, but you don't instantly die like
Right.
you would in Dark Souls.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do you think
Beyond that,
Is it part of that a little bit easier to kind of navigate a 2D space in terms of
I actually find
your
it-
movement and jumping ability?
despite the map, I almost find it equally difficult to find where I'm going. I think I've gotten a better idea now that I'm a little further into the game, but for a while I was just going back and forth and not really sure where to go next.
They got a name for that.
Lost.
Metroidvania.
Lost, yes.
This is all about exploration, and then you get an ability, and you're like, oh, I can go back here. Then you do.
Yeah, that is a very accurate way of describing this game. Beyond that, two things I really like about it are the aesthetic, for one. Everything looks awesome, I think. And it's
Agreed.
mostly just black, white, and shades of gray, which is impressive. Second, I love the low-key horror of it.
Right.
Like, if someone was just looking over your shoulder, it wouldn't really sink in for them. But, like, at the boss area I just finished, there's a freaking mass grave of people.
Mm.
And it's horrifying, but also sort of cool at the same time,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, like you said, low-key horror is a good way to describe it, because a lot of the style itself almost comes across as slightly, overly cartoonish, but
Yeah.
then you have the color palette they use and the fact that you're kind of exploring this.
It's a decaying world, right?
Yeah, a dead.
Stuff went wrong.
Yeah.
And you actually get, by the end of the game, a good sense of what went wrong, and or at least a feeling for this world, because there's never a lot of explicit explanation, but by the end it's a very satisfying little foray into this sunken empire.
And that's the feeling that I'm getting, that I'm going to quite enjoy the ending once I finally reach it.
Oh, that's probably a letdown. Probably not going to.
But the real question is, who is the Hollow Knight?
Oh, you actually find that
And
out.
what is Hollow?
The Hollow Knight, I actually found the memorial to the Hollow Knight
you are not the
yesterday.
Hollow
Well, you're not the Hollow Knight?
You're not the Hollow Knight.
You're not the Hollow Knight.
I thought you were the Hollow Knight.
I know,
I've been
right?
playing this game for
That's-
an hour and a half thinking I was the Hollow Knight.
I know, right? You're gonna.
Boy,
Spoiler
do I have
alert!
egg on my face.
Yes. Where was the spoiler alert?
Well, this is what happened. Like, I got to that memorial, and I'm like, what?
But, ooh, does it turn out that's a memorial to you?
I don't know. You'll have to play more to find
DLC,
out.
probably.
You'll find out you were dead the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, it's dark and dank down there.
We had a really solid stop by in the chat earlier, or
I see that. I was just reading that
really
from Maddie
right?
Walk.
That's just, the spelling is really...
Well, just
I guess they at least got loose right. People get
No.
loose and wrong.
any
what do you think? My meme is on the loose of what? It's kind of beautiful. in a
Wow.
way.
And
Millennial?
you, and a boy.
Yeah, that's
my-
right.
Well, WoW is that's probably World of Warcraft, right? So
Oh, right.
the hot new game.
Well, I think it gets really meta at the end with, and he is you, and a boy, my you. That's kind of like, who are we really?
Yeah, something we can all think about.
How many people still play World of Warcraft?
A
Millions.
Yeah.
Are we talking hundreds of millions?
No,
or
it's
We have
never
never
been.
been talking about hundreds.
In their peak days, I believe they had
10 to 15.
10 to 15 million subscribers, and now they have 6 or 7, I believe.
Yeah.
Might be a little lower than that now.
Yeah, they'll
but
get a
still.
spike every expansion, but then
Right, but
They've-
still.
They've got a really ingenious system going on where you can buy a token that gives you a month to play for free, which, people with bottomless wallets will then sell for gold. So some players get to play for free, albeit it requires a bunch of grinding. And Blizzard actually gets more money than they would have gotten if 2 people had just paid normally.
man. Well, it's one of the only MMOs that really has been able to keep that monthly subscription model, right? Everyone else has gone free to play.
I
as far
think
as I know.
so. Pretty much everything else.
What do people do? Just in-game content for sale or whatever you call it? DLC?
There's expansions.
Or
No,
Yeah.
he's talking about what do other people do?
Oh, no, it's free to play, and they'll sell.
Yeah, what would you call it? Freemium, or generally...
Freemium is
Yeah, what do they
the
sell?
generally used term.
Junkblade, hit us with something they sell in one of the ones you've played.
Well, Silk Road, for example, you can buy unique armor, unique weapons, unique pets, things like that. You can buy upgrades, so you can level up quicker. There's lots of different things you can buy for actual money. Oh, you can buy to log in quicker when their servers are full.
Oh,
Stuff like
the
that.
old line cut.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
kind of like that one, actually.
Those are just examples off the top of my head. I've never looked into much of their freemium content because, frankly, I'm not playing an MMO to pay a bunch of money to people. I'm there to waste time.
Right. I don't know. Bad news, Doc. Doc disappeared.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I just lost my game a minute chest, too.
Wow, everything...
Oh, wait. Nope, I didn't.
Did you or didn't you lose?
I did not. I thought I misclicked, but I did not misclick, so I did not lose.
And what were you saying, Junkblade? How are things going?
I have also been playing a surprise game because one night I just got the urge to begin continuing a game that I am very fond of that not many other people are fond of, which is Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. He's been playing a surprise
I
game.
used to like that game.
I enjoyed playing that game for a little bit with you guys, and then...
Now, what year are we talking about with that one?
Oh, boy.
This is GameCube and PlayStation 2 era,
okay. Because I knew there's a Phantasy Star Online and a Phantasy Star Online 2, but I don't know if either of them...
There was a sequel?
There is, but it's Japan-specific or China-specific, one of the two.
Japan, I think.
So, have you learned Japanese yet?
No, because I don't care enough.
Japanese is hard.
Doc, you were working on that.
As someone who's tried to some degree, there's like 3 different alphabets. Then they just throw Chinese characters in there too, and you're just like, well, what? That
doesn't seem fair.
I mean, that seems pretty normal to me. I don't know what you're complaining about.
All right, well, then,
let's go
ahead and get
all right,
Thomas on the old Japanese proficiency exam and see what happens.
I'm gonna be learning that Japanese.
Say one thing in Japanese right now.
Konnichiwa.
Yeah. Say something else.
Tomo arigato.
What does that mean?
Thank you, Mr. Roboto.
It was released in 2002.
Okay. Do you have the GameCube controller with the keyboard in the middle?
I don't have the GameCube controller with the keyboard. I am limited to 6 buttons, which is a really big deal when you're playing the wizard characters.
What is this thing? Why is this a thing?
So you could type in Phantasy Star Online.
What thing?
Show
the
Google
keyboard, GameCube controller keyboard.
Shouldn't you just put it on the screen for all of our viewers to
No, they can just wonder about it.
We have 4 viewers here.
Oh my god.
How do I see who's watching?
I can't believe that's an actual thing.
There are...
Yeah,
well, I'm one of them. Junkblade's one of them. Commander Root, Electrical Skateboard.
I mean, we don't have to peek behind the curtain.
So cool. Oh my god, that controller! Yeah, I remember that vaguely. For that, it's
one day I'm gonna get one of those just because it's so.
Just because. I can't believe they decided. Why wouldn't you? Okay, so if I was gonna combine the keyboard, I would put the controller as normal, but like in front. I wouldn't split it. Just basically tape a controller like this to the keyboard.
But then you're gonna break your wrists, right, with the weight off the end of it there.
Well, maybe you prop it up. So
okay, so you get like a kickstand.
Yeah. I have a better.
Okay.
I just feel like this is way worse than.
Well, it's not great. I don't. I'm just not sure if the ergonomics of your ideas workable.
I mean, I think with that keyboard, like you still have the functionality of the controller.
Yeah, you're playing in a call, right? Type. It's
just wider, right?
Play and type.
And then you can reach over with your thumbs and do.
I think what we've decided is this is the greatest controller ever made.
How many of those do they sell?
A billion of them.
While we're on the topic of controllers, what was that game where they made a special controller for computer? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Could you be describing
I vaguely
more?
know what you're talking about.
It was like a mech commander game, but you probably.
I'm not familiar with this at all.
Well, that was.
I think you are. I feel like. Yeah. Bring that image up for our viewers at home. Yeah. This was a game I...
Just the top part, not the pedals. That
Oh,
looks
Steel
really-
Battalion. That's yeah. Okay.
That looks awesome.
Oh, yeah, no, it was Steel Battalion. Yeah.
That looks amazing.
Steel Bat. Good job. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the pedals are more integral than you're thinking.
That looks awesome, but I feel like it needs to go in like a special chair.
I
so that
don't
you
say.
actually
I think
feel-
I'm not sure how
feel like-
awesome it was in practice.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was terrible in
I
practice.
bet back when it came out, it felt awesome.
When
I
did
bet
that
it
come
was
out?
cool.
I bet it was
Italian-
the Power Glove.
I'm going to guess
Select.
2006.
2002.
2002. I was 4 years off. I mean,
Yeah, I think those pedals are there.
I do want to say, in regards to Phantasy Star Online, real quick,
Okay.
it does actually have a good plot. Believe it or not, it's just really held back by the fact that it's built as an MMO instead of an RPG.
well, there wasn't really an ending from what I
That's what
remember.
bugged me. I thought it never ended.
That there is an ending, but the problem is it's not actually built into the base game. You have to have you have to actually have bought the GameCube broadband adapter
Ooh.
and download quests for episode 2 to get the actual ending.
Wow.
Wow, that's intense.
And this game is popular enough that there are still servers for it today, believe it or not.
I don't. I choose
I
not.
don't.
Could you?
Did anyone play
No,
the
they
Phantasy
aren't
Star?
Populated, but
The
they
previous ones?
exist.
What's that?
Did anyone play the second, like the Genesis Phantasy Star games?
Isn't that the same one?
No, because there's a Phantasy Star like 1 through 4, I think, on the Genesis.
I'm only familiar with the GameCube, where
Okay, because like these, the
Yeah.
previous ones were just were regular RPGs. I think
Yeah.
2 or 4, I think, is pretty highly regarded, but I have not played.
There are references to the earlier games in Phantasy Star Online, Episode 1 and 2.
how does it end?
You end up having to fight the boss in Episode 2, and the 2 people that the Dark Falls had infested, Red Ring Rico and Heathcliff Flowen,
Wow.
pull some sort of weird magic BS to kill an Elder God,
Okay,
which is what the Dark Falls is.
Heathcliff.
Is that a good thing that they did that?
Yes.
Yeah, we don't like the Elder God.
The Dark Falls is the Elder God of Destruction and tries to destroy the universe once every 1,000 years.
White Nova made it.
A real person.
Awesome. He says, you have a twin, Valen.
Have you never seen Tommy Tom before?
I think I think he was there. I think I had glasses on though. I looked
totally different.
about
Okay.
Welcome
10
back,
years
White Nova.
older with glasses.
You've caught the special episode where Doc and I are in the same room, so I'm gonna sit weird.
Or is it a clever special effects illusion?
We have been working with green screens a lot.
Say,
more.
notice this key area in the middle.
Wait, what? You have green screens?
We all do.
Yeah.
All of this is
You
green
don't?
screen.
I have no greenery in my.
Do you know how much money it costs me to make it look like I have a light and
Yeah.
fan on in my background?
A spinning
Wow,
fan.
There's really
too.
nothing there.
That's actually a really
That lighting effect is no joke.
that's tough because you got to sync up what you're putting on the green screen with the shadows and on your face in real life.
Exactly.
That's some high end technology.
You got to hold another PC just for that.
In honor of White Nova being here, Tommy Tom's going to walk us through his StarCraft 2 burst build now.
So I think a lot of the problem with StarCraft 2 I'm having right now is Oh wait, the burst build from when we were playing, and you guys didn't seem
you
to
said
understand.
I'm going to do the burst build, and then we lost immediately. Because we said let's all attack at 4 minutes, and you said I'm doing the burst build.
I was ready at 4 minutes.
Dominated.
If you have that replay, I am ready at 4 minutes.
You weren't, because you were dead at 4 minutes. Because you had 0 units in 3 minutes and 30 seconds when they attacked.
Because the plan was to be ready at 4 minutes. So, how can I prove that I would have been ready at 4 minutes?
Take us through the build order and prove that it's actually anything.
It was 3 hatches. And with 3 hatches, you can get huge numbers of Zerglings.
Define huge.
It would have been enough to win the game if we had lasted longer than...
How many Zerglings?
Like 28.
That is, you can get that exact same number with 1 hatch in that amount of time.
Can you?
Yeah.
I still want to see...
I also challenge that you can get 28 Zerglings by 4 minutes going 3 hatch.
I think
3 hatch is very aggressive.
So you just play against the computer.
But it's aggressive in a different way than rushing.
It's just that it was so opposite to what we had just talked about as our plan.
No! I would have been ready at 4. So, okay. So maybe it wasn't exactly 4 minutes. However,
okay.
I was counting on the speedlings.
Maybe it wasn't 28. Maybe it was 2. 2 Zerglings.
No. No. So the problem is you guys had a bunch of slow. You had a bunch of slow units. My Zerglings were going to reach the same enemy destination.
Had speed. What are you talking about? You have speed by 4 minutes, no problem. What are you talking about?
I just had a bunch of Marines.
Right. My Zerglings would have been way more than his Marines and would have reached the enemy faster than his slow Marines.
My Marines actually almost.
Freaking noob!
We don't know.
White Nova, do you play StarCraft?
Do you play StarCraft, White Nova?
If you do, it is free to download and play.
We always need more people to play with us.
Is Thomas about to utter the 1v1 me challenge?
If we're doing 1v1, I feel like
White glove slap.
It has to be streamed and then commentated by
1v1 me, brah.
That would actually be great. And Doc and I to commentate a 1v1 StarCraft. I think we'd be very good at doing that.
I'd only do it if it was StarCraft 1, though.
I would play StarCraft 1. If White Nova responds that he has...
We will see.
It's probably bad news.
We aren't talking about League of Legends, we're talking about StarCraft.
I know.
I get it.
No. I think that was a laugh out. I think that was a laugh out loud.
Yeah, I know. That was the joke.
Just amateurs.
Which brings us right up to even more SGDQ.
I would say it's on
Wait. Did we settle anything with that discussion?
Yeah, the burn was dumb, and it's why we haven't played StarCraft since.
No.
Wait, no, but you can get StarCraft 2 for free, but you have to download the Blizzard app. So it's a Blizzard game.
Battle.net.
Blizzard app, also free. Just the Battle.net.
It's a real-time strategy.
Just takes your time.
It's very fun. I recommend it to everybody.
Very.
It's also, there's a very large learning curve.
Yeah, it's hard to...
Team games are less stressful, though. It's a good time. Okay.
What are you looking up?
Well, I forgot I put more SGDQ recommendations, so I'm going to the playlist.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yay. I can't scroll through all these.
And for everyone's...
Did we talk about the Wind Waker one on stream last week?
No, that was...
Yeah, that ain't you.
I texted
that was
text. You guys about
it. Okay, you told us at the end. Okay. I started to watch that, and I was just super amazed.
Yes, the Wind Waker HD speedrun from SGDQ this year was fantastic, because they shaved 3 hours, I think, off the one done the previous year, and it's just bananas.
How long did it take him to beat that game?
Hour and 20 minutes.
And they don't even sail in the ship?
Yeah, they don't. They do not. For all intents and purposes, they do not enter the ship.
I didn't even make it past the first, 15 minutes, because that just blew my mind what he was doing there.
He gets off to a little bit of a rough start, but then it gets going once he gets that super swim.
Wind Waker is a very underrated Zelda, by the way.
It's fantastic, definitely. Although the opinion seems to have come around on that, because I remember when it was released, I felt like I was the only one who liked it.
When it was released,
people hated the art.
I think our cousin really liked it. I like they did something different. I
remember loving it immediately.
Just because it was different, but yeah, I agree. I think in retrospect, it just took people a little while. What people really wanted was...
Well, they had that realistic demo.
They just wanted another Ocarina of Time.
They had a demo at Space World 2000 that showed Link and Ganondorf fighting that looked cool at the time. But I would say that how well that game is held up graphically, they've had the last laugh on that one for sure.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. Is the art style is fantastic and timeless in a lot of ways. They weren't trying to look super, go for the cool thing, but more the artistic, cool style.
And there's not really a point in trying to make another Ocarina of Time, because you already have Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not bringing something new to the table, you're not really doing your job.
Unless you're the Call of Duty franchise, then just...
Hey, hang on. What are they doing this time?
I think
they
had to ask that.
They went back to World War II, right?
But they're not even doing...
That was last year. Yeah.
That was last year. But now they're not even doing single player anymore?
No.
I mean,
they
makes sense. I'm sure you have to put a lot of effort into the single player, right?
Mode too.
Yeah, as opposed to kind of recycling...
Although, they did... one thing I thought was kind of cool, or at least that someone presented the idea, I don't know if they're doing it, was I guess they talked about putting, old Call of Duty maps in the Battle Royale world. So it would be kind of cool to have, the circle, whatever, close on, a map.
That's a cool idea.
Because instead of just, it happens to be in this open forest or whatever, that could be kind of a cool spin on it. But other than that, whatever. But, let's see, one other run that I think probably deserves a little pub, because I've been meaning to watch it, but it's they play Pokemon Blue and Yellow at the same time. So that's...
These always confuse me.
And there was a run last year, I think, where a guy played Punch-Out and Super Punch-Out simultaneously, which was insane, and beat both games.
Now, in all fairness, that one impresses... This is still be tough, but that one impresses me more.
Oh, yeah, because of the reaction nature and all that sort of stuff, and how he buffered in certain things.
Since it's not a turn-based... Essentially a turn-based game.
Yeah, a guy was knocked down in one fight versus the other. Yeah, that was the same guy who also beat Super Punch-Out, I think, blindfolded, which was
also very
pretty bananas. Mega Man speedruns are always good, although I think we displayed our Mega Man skills on the pre-show fairly well.
I think we got the chops.
We did pretty good.
That was live, right?
So...
I should do a playthrough of Mega Man X3 again someday.
I want you to stream that junk plate. Stream that nonsense.
That's a bit harder because I would want to actually play it on my Super Nintendo.
I can get you there.
Podcast
I know how to do that.
Got him.
What about a fancier Super Nintendo?
Okay. Yeah. I'll be back.
What about a Super Nintendo that hooks
I can do it on a real Super Nintendo, but that's a little harder to play on the TV at the same time. You need I guess you need a splitter.
But
yeah, I think that's what I would need.
But this delicious, beautiful little
the Super NT got what you need.
It also makes it look great on
modern TVs.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Do we have a Super NT? Because we've got that one thing that has both a Super Nintendo and a NES port on it.
well, the Super NT came out this year.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
And this
Then no.
is something with like an HDMI hookup, so.
yeah,
Okay.
essentially it holds Super Nintendo cartridges, but has it's an HDMI out. So you don't have like the lag and stuff inherent if you try to plug an actual Super Nintendo into a flat screen TV.
You know a game I might finish once I get back to
Game Town.
Game Town. I'd actually try to play more of the actual story in The Witcher 3. Because what I did was, in games like that where you have a big world to explore and they have towns, I love going and visiting the towns and having a drink at the tavern. And,
Okay.
And also what they put in this game to make that more...
Oh, did you get into Gwent?
I did. They have a card game within the game, which I always get into.
Oh no.
I get super into the card games within the games. And then I spend a lot of time going, I have to find new people to play and beat and take their cards. And so you've got this guy who's kind of an outcast from society. He can use magic. He kills demons. But all he's doing, he's going around.
Card Shark.
I hope I was making a name for myself.
I feel like you're literally just describing what the next Yu-Gi-Oh anime is going to be.
They're still making Yu-Gi-Ohs?
Yes, they are. The card game itself is still pretty successful, and I think they're just going to keep the series going until the card game itself dies, just like how they still have a Pokemon anime.
They do have a bunch of Pokemon animes. They're on Netflix.
Yeah, Pokemon anime has never stopped.
I might have watched them.
Wow.
I think so.
Yeah, it's still Ash, and he's still like 10 years old.
So can we talk about anime in this stream?
Yeah.
Do people watch anime?
We can talk about whatever.
I think
okay.
anime and video games.
I've watched some anime in my time.
Bad anime to avoid.
Yeah, I was trying to get into Bleach, and then season 4 and 5 just killed it for me.
Yeah, we really liked the first 3 seasons, but yeah.
Four and 5 were both just a complete waste of time.
Okay, well, let's not get into that, because that's most anime episodes, isn't it?
The author...
They're prepared to fight for like 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
The author for Bleach, Kubo Tite, is well known for having solid starts, and then he just kind of fizzles out as it goes along.
Well, they just like introduce these new bad guys, and then they completely do nothing effectively for... Oh yeah, spoiler alert, sorry. In case anybody was going to watch it. Don't. Save yourself some time.
I mean, you didn't really give away too many hard details there, so...
Yeah.
So, a bad anime to avoid, even though I've heard people like this, I don't understand why. Hunter x Hunter. My friend and I were giving it a try, and admittedly it has some good parts, but it's just so anticlimactic all the time. We got
hit me with the plot.
10 and we're both just
What does
done.
Hunter times Hunter equal?
Hey, let's see what White Nova. What animes do you like here?
I don't think I watch any quote unquote good animes. I think I watch a lot of the trashy ones.
Yeah, okay, actually White Nova probably knows more than...
Here's one I watched. It was this kid in high school who joins a club that's about going to supermarkets in the evening and fighting over on-sale bento boxes.
That's a fantastic idea for an anime.
It's pretty good.
That's a really
But I don't hear anyone talking about it. So, if you guys ever want to watch Bento, it's pretty good.
I like that idea. I mean, that's a good concept.
So, have you seen Death Note?
No. I think I watched the first bit and I was like, this is too intense.
Yeah, see, I don't think I want to watch one of the super intense ones.
Yeah, the super like, ugh.
You do though. It was really good.
You liked Death Note?
I enjoyed Death Note a bunch. Death Note and Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist was such a bummer. Like,
the ending.
God, like every 4 episodes is like, oh Jesus Christ. This world is terrible.
The ending was not great.
The middle wasn't great.
I remember it seeming like it was great.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I've heard, is better, but I don't know if it. I don't think
it's
it
like
fixes
a slightly
the depressing
redone
thing.
Version of like the guy who turns his daughter into a dog or something. Yeah. Oh God.
Okay,
Why would you turn your daughter into a dog?
There's no reason. That's the awful part. He's just a jackass.
All right.
A really good anime so far is My Hero Academia. I would recommend that to anyone who is interested.
I've been watching Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul, so you never thought there was a girl online. I was trying to do that in sync with you. I think we did pretty good.
And Food Wars Shokugeki.
I've heard of Tokyo Ghoul, but don't know much about it. I haven't heard of any of those other two.
I've watched some Fairy Tail, which just repeats itself every like 10 to 15 episodes, so that's comforting.
Yeah.
Fairy Tail?
Yeah, it's like these guys are like wizards and stuff, and they got different magic abilities, and then they're like, oh God, the other guild's gonna do some shit, and then they get into a big fight, and then they're like, you're all right. And then somebody else goes, oh, but I want to fight now, and then we repeat.
Oh,
and it's been going on for like hundreds of episodes. So, and you keep thinking, well, they can't go a bigger spell than this. And they're like, what about this Omega Super Black level spell? You're like, oh man, they got me again.
Another good one that I think you guys would like is called Slayers. It's an older one, it's basically a comedic D&D campaign.
I'm in.
Oh yeah, I like comedic D&D campaigns. I like C-Team. I like the McElroy brothers do one called The Adventure Zone.
What about
this is an anime.
What's that?
What's one that Dan does?
I haven't seen that one. I can't remember what that's called. But I haven't seen that one.
Dan Harmon.
Harmon Quest.
Yep, that's it. That one right there.
I bet I'd like it, because I generally, if you've got a decent amount of funny people.
Yeah. It's not strictly Japanese, but Avatar The Last Airbender is very good. I enjoyed that one a lot.
Avatar The Last Airbender is good.
Unless you're talking
other than, obviously, some dud episodes.
No. Every episode is a gem, Junkplay. Not a single bad one. Not that one that... I can't think of any right now.
I can think of two, very specifically.
As definitely the anime, the least experience with anime, because it's pretty much, I've watched Bleach with Thomas. Do they all do the thing where you'll just sometimes have like one-off episodes that's about a completely irrelevant side plot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's called filler.
So after I watched the 5th season, I found a website that tells you which episodes are filler.
Oh, that's nice.
It even goes to say that the 4th and 5th seasons are completely filler.
That explains a lot.
There's like 14 or 16 seasons, and there's multiple seasons after that that are also completely fillers. Also,
so many seasons.
We forgot a critical anime. And that's Street Fighter 2 V.
Oh my god, never mind that. There are
the greatest anime ever created with the greatest episode titles.
You only need to watch the start of the episode and get the episode title.
Pretty much.
Actually.
Trap, Prison, and the Scream of Truth. Hot Blooded Fei Long, super battle action movie.
It's fantastic.
It's so good.
I've got an update too. White Nova says, okay, I'm downloading Starcraft 2
God.
right now. Are you ready to get smacked? So he is throwing down.
White Nova, are you good with real-time strategies?
I can't remember what White Nova said he's been playing.
Well, he finally got Rocket League on Steam. We'll have to play that.
Oh man, that's a mistake. You should never download Rocket League.
It's such a good game.
I like it. I know that Justin and J Money.
Most rational people hate it, but
I still can't figure out what happened to J Money in Rocket League.
Yeah,
quality player on the pitch.
It's because it's stressful.
Stressful?
Yeah.
There's like games like 5 minutes.
It's not the
We're in the next one.
It's not the length of the game.
There's a learning curve on Rocket League.
There also is there's a big skill curve. But yeah, but for those 5 minutes, you're just always on edge, and it's so frustrating when things.
Are you though?
Like
Like
Counter-Strike. What are you talking about?
if you're not good, you're not. Like
Being the last person alive in Counter-Strike is the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, that's why you buy a fire grenade, you throw it at your feet, and you get out of that situation. You don't even.
Ugh.
White Nova.
No, White Nova. We're gonna play Rocket League on the same team. What?
Yeah,
It's confrontational nature.
We're gonna work.
Rocket League's a team game. I'm not setting up a private game.
Well, in
for
all
us to play.
fairness, I believe Tommy Tom started.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Confrontation.
But Tommy Tom's too scared to enter the Rocket League field, so.
Are we just trying to pick a fight with each other, like in various games?
Well, it's easy because I don't
I'm
have to
not.
do anything about it.
Oh.
So. Somewhat toothless. But back to what we were talking about.
Which was
I think we were talking about speedruns.
Oh yeah. We have to have the summer games done right, some recommendations so that they...
The 2 games 1 controller Pokemon run looks really cool. If you want to feel bad about yourself, watch the Cuphead run.
You show me some... So that game looks...
wait, why would you want to feel?
Because Cuphead's extremely difficult, and they make it look just so goddamn easy.
Is it?
It's also got a really cool...
It's a fantastic looking game.
It's got an awesome art style. So
it's like a
I've seen
early
it.
century animation.
Oh, he actually got hit there. I feel like this was probably incredibly difficult to get this graphical style.
Let's say, yeah, it's a very impressive
game. Also, one of the games that just like this is a timeless art style.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how much time passes, they perfectly captured in that early 20th century art style, which is fantastic. Hey, he's cheating. You didn't kill the guy.
What are you doing?
Turn off. I can't.
We've got a
noise.
That's creepy.
And it just came on by itself.
We'll throw it in the garden. I throw it into a hole.
Get rid of it.
Wait, what? What's going on?
We've got a
Sounds
demon, Dalmatian bubble dog. That
It
is
is
not.
scary. I don't
Will
like
not
it.
stop.
It's making.
Let's see what his eyes look like. That's a good way to tell. Yeah, that's a demon. If you guys are talking right now, we can't hear you. We're trying to deal with the demon. Does he have batteries?
He does. But he should just stop whenever
Yeah.
whenever you don't have the fucking...
What are you doing? Is that Bubbles?
Well, don't let him look at me. He's gonna steal my soul.
I'm gonna go put it in the garage.
Just unscrew it and take
Smash
it.
Smash it with a
Where's the
hammer.
batteries?
Did you guys see
backpack.
that? That was terrible.
See how it's my job to deal with demons.
Well, you discovered it.
We're in
Isn't
the
that
middle of-
husband's
And who
job?
got that out?
Isn't that the husband's job?
Who got
to
that?
deal
Who
with
got that out today?
demonized
I'm not.
toys?
Who got it out today?
If you unleash the demon, I think you have
Yeah.
to.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Demon, problem solved.
Yeah.
Well, delayed.
But his Cuphead is a very impressive achievement. I would say.
I'm gonna have to watch this. It looks great.
Let's see. I always enjoy the 3D Zelda runs. There's a couple of those.
What do you mean 3D?
Like Majora's Mask, anything after Ocarina of Time.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, they've just done a fantastic job lately of just having just interesting stuff, kind of regardless of what the game is. It's always a...
What would be a terrible game to speedrun?
Well, they actually do have a block that's like called Terrible Games Done Quick, where they play like just objectively bad games, which is usually
Like the
usually has some
video game.
Yeah, basically, it has some humor to it. But I mean, certain RPGs are good, but other ones would just be very like one guy. Well, I think it was Baten Kaidos.
I vaguely
Does anyone
remember
want to
that
guess what the speed run
game.
was for this game?
I don't know what Bait and Kaitos is.
It's an RPG.
45 minutes?
The 100% speed run was 341 hours, 20 minutes, and 3 seconds.
What kind of game is this?
It's like a card battling RPG.
A card
So
battling?
this is-
Card battling.
So that's like the Shadow the Hedgehog game, where in order to actually 100% it, you have to play it through like 700 times.
Yeah.
And that's not an exaggeration
Why?
on the Shadow the Hedgehog game.
I like games with a lot in them, but
It's a bit much.
That's excessive.
That's a game that was not meant to be 100%. Is what I'm
wait,
saying.
time out.
No,
So
it wasn't a good one either. I'm sure that's no surprise to anyone that the Shadow the Hedgehog game wasn't
traditionally
good.
with the speed run, like you start the clock and it doesn't stop until the game's over. Do they get to stop the clock to like sleep?
Boy, I'd hope so. Right?
But,
Well, I'm just saying. Like,
Either that or he counted sleep in his time and was like, oh, I napped too much.
right? No, but I think that. Oh my God! My next goal is to break the 341-hour mark.
My
for
next
real this
goal?
time, and that's totally possible.
Improve my menus. Oh, buddy. No.
Oh my!
No, somebody stop
no,
him.
somebody stop this guy, guys!
I
Somebody
feel so
stop.
bad.
He said he
What's
lost.
happened?
He's talking about a 341-hour run. He talked about losing 3 minutes because he
On the
lost.
final boss, just
Yeah.
really just reset. Am I right?
Oh, God.
What if he reset on accident?
We can ask him something. We can ask him, why are you doing this?
Just, well, why would you do this? Why would you do this to yourself?
I can't imagine doing that to myself.
Oh, and White Nova finally responded about the real-time strategy. He says he's been a console peasant up until this last month. So he
Means
hasn't...
wicked
Oh.
StarCraft 64 skills is what I'm hearing.
oh.
Tommy is in for a rude awakening.
That game was so hard to play.
Who'd have thought that wouldn't translate well, huh?
White Nova, have you added us on Steam yet? Because then we'll play Rocket League sometime for sure. I wasn't online an hour. Why does it do that?
Ugh.
It says everybody was online an hour ago. That's a lie.
Well, except for Dr. Kittens. A lot of cat
Okay.
names I've got lately.
What? How long does this podcasting go for?
As long as we want it to.
5 more
Wow.
minutes until it's an hour, and then we try to cut it off around the hour mark.
Okay.
Where's Yellow Starfish?
Why are you losing your edge? You don't got oh,
I'm just.
like 40 more seconds.
I should go to sleep soon.
Well, don't worry. 40.
Says the person in the farthest west time zone.
But
Who has to wake up at right in?
I didn't ask for excuses.
brings
And work
us-
12. And work 12 hours.
I guess we'll do the summer games done right next week. Although I'll be.
And then we said some recommendations.
We did. We said. What did we say?
I said...
Oh, yeah.
Wind Waker HD, Cuphead, the Pokemon one. Line of a 10.
All right, 1 second. We'll try. From there, I could.
That would be it.
Madamus, who I don't know if you remember White Nova or have seen,
Alright.
also very much likes Gordon Ramsay.
I am Doc. It should be, I guess.
Anyway, on that note,
We've
we've been doing the outro note for a while. Thanks for stopping by. Next week, we're going to be talking about the games we're playing and other stuff. For this upcoming week, I'm going to guess. Tommy Tom's going to be playing Starcraft and Minute Chess. I'm going to guess that Junkblade is going to be playing Hollow Knight, Phantasy Star Online, and Darkest Dungeon. I'm going to guess that Doc is going to be playing Octopath Traveler, and I'm going to be playing nothing because I'll be in Spain. But you guys need to play extra games.
Where's your mobile gaming setup?
I think I should go to Spain, and then that'd be good, actually.
Why not? You could get like a
Mobile.
GBA or something.
You're right. Yeah, for like the plane or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have an RGBA. Anyway, that was episode 22, and since you stuck around this long, the title is bum ba dum dum bum 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 ba dum bum ba dum bum bum dum bum bum bum. That's a wrap.
Wait, what are we talking about next time?